All right, here we go. Okay. All right, like normal, I'll count you in. Are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Hello, and welcome to the Nickson and 8 podcast. We have a special guest today, the first ever returnee.
Man, you're recycling already, man.
So true. And it's not because we couldn't find anybody else. There's generally so much to talk about in part 2 of DJ Sir-vere. He back.
No one was available. I get it. I was in the area.
Hey, first of all, how are you?
Good, very good.
Off the back of a Super Rugby final.
Oh no, I'm
and
good.
being a Hearty Chiefs mana supporter.
I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm sweet. I mean, it's like
talk about it. It's okay.
It was what I didn't like. Let me put it in perspective. In the grand final last year in the NRL, I was cool with it because it was a good game. This game sucked. If I had to summarize it in my head, we just didn't turn up. So we got wasted. So yeah, that's about it. And as a result, I feel some kind of way today because we didn't see a good game.
Yeah,
not really. They were good. The Blues were good that day. Man.
Yeah.
Like, I say respectfully because, obviously I'm not a footy player, but, they played the occasion, not the match.
Oh.
No, I heard that.
I was waiting for you to elaborate. We'll quickly get sport out of the way. This weekend, big game.
So we can move on from the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Kia ora, thank you.
Yeah, just give you a moment.
Thank you.
Broncos versus your former team, the Warriors.
What year did you jump?
This is interesting because
ages ago. It was years ago.
I know. But that's a very, very strange thing for people to do. Most people tough it out, but I respect you because you just made a decision and said no more.
No more. I'm done.
No, I think it was. Oh, I can't remember. I'm so old. I can't remember. But I do know the Broncos. So let me explain the Broncos connection. For me, the Broncos connection is way back when I was a kid because I used to buy the NRL Weekly, the paper magazine.
Oh man, yeah.
We've ascertained that I'm old as the hills, but in the NRL, it was basically a summary every week of the games, and they'd rate every player. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Oh, shut up!
He's trying to bring us all into the realm. No, I remember it.
So they'd rate every player, and because I was particularly interested in the New Zealand players like Mike Graham, Clayton Friend, Olsen Philippine. I was always checking out them. Yeah. But I always noticed that in the paper, the Queensland League was at the back, and it had like a page and a half. And I was like, doesn't Wally Lewis play up there?
Yeah.
Why do they only get... So I was like, I like the fact that there was the underdogs up there. So when I was supporting... here's a couple of reasons I supported the Warriors, I think. It's because some of my friends were in the team.
Yeah.
And Monty, we're kind of friends. And so I wanted to go, and it was local. I could go to the games.
Yeah.
Because if I supported some other team, I couldn't go to the games. So I went to the very, very first game. I was at the first game.
In 95.
95, I was there, right down by the sideline. And they had this weird war thing. Do you remember?
I remember
it was such rubbish. It was ridiculous. And I remember sitting there going, what am I watching? And then they got beaten by the Broncos, and the Broncos always had a special place for me at that point. Plus, I knew that Queensland Rugby League was considered second tier. They're just a bunch of people up north we don't even care about. So after I'd had enough of the Warriors, that's why I adopted the Broncos.
God, it sounded like you had enough after the first game, man.
No, I after the first game, I was like, this is bullshit. They're more concerned with the occasion.
Yeah, playing the occasion,
game.
not the event. And I mean,
do you know what I mean? Though?
Like what Sir-vere
100%.
said, there's some great guys in that team. And we never want to dog the boys. It's mainly just mainly the fans. Honestly, it's the fans.
They're delusional.
Nate and I always talk about the fans, and man,
I don't want to get offside with the fans,
man. Fuck them.
I wouldn't go that far, but that last game that they played at home against the Storm, one of their fans got way too horsey, put me in a headlock that lasted 10 seconds longer than it should have.
Seriously?
And it got funny to...
because you're wearing your...
Yeah, and like you guys are Hearty Broncos supporter, I'm a Hearty Melbourne Storm supporter, but... Yeah, it's crazy out there.
They put you in a headlock.
Yeah. What? And when it's all funny, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay, no, this is not funny anymore.
Yeah.
So the CEO of 1NZ, formerly Vodafone, I didn't realize he was a delusional fan as well. And he wrote this spiel on Twitter about how, hey guys, little mishap, they'll be back to beat the Broncos this week. But not in a joking way, like he was serious.
Oh, When? Oh, was that recently?
Yeah,
No, it was on after the game.
Oh, wow.
Because I replied to that tweet.
I mean, you mean...
It's funny you should bring it up because I replied to it.
Hey.
Yeah. Do you want me to find it?
we believe you, man.
No, because I didn't realize it was the CEO of One New Zealand, so I guess I'm never getting a sponsorship out of that.
No, but I love that he's hearty. I mean, he's invested his money in supporting that team, and he's like, nah, I'm ride or die with that team. You got to respect that.
That's not his money.
Yeah, but still, man, they're front and center. But they got naming rights for that team.
True that.
But he's got no
Followers?
But he's got no choice.
Yeah, exactly right.
Is that fair to
he
say?
kind of does. You stay quiet or you ride or die with your team.
Yeah, but him praising the team is pointless. It's also like those former Warriors players who say, well, the team I'm going to pick this week is the Warriors. Of course you're going to say that, you ball bags. Yeah.
Hey, you're quite salty.
Oh, no.
Mind you, your Instagram stories are beyond. So this is the text real quick. Better to have that NZ Warriors performance in the middle of the season versus the end. No one will be more gutted than the team. We will win next week against the Broncos and get the season back on track. And I replied and said, I can't find what I said to him, but oh no, there it is. I said, I know I'm a die-hard Broncos fan, but the Titans were bottom of the table, we're 7th, and you got washed by them. Good luck with that optimism. And then at this point, I realised he was the CEO of One New Zealand, and I was like, okie dokie.
It would be crazy what would be happening this week in that camp.
Yeah.
Like, imagine like Webster having a yarn to them. Like, what? I think we talked about the other day. It's like, what do you say? Like, what do you say?
You can't really say anything. But like Nickson said before, we just want to establish that we got love for those boys in the team.
Always,
make your money,
Have
get the
some
fuck
fun.
out of there. Make sure you're healthy when you leave so you can look after your family. Other than that, the business is the business. The game is the game.
Yeah.
That's the Reece Walsh. You said the Reece Walsh timeline. And then he went to the Broncos and excelled.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Marata and all those guys. They're all great people.
Man,
It's
no
not-
good is
there's
that,
awesome
bro.
people, bro. Awesome people. I'm not talking about that. I'm just
He
talking
was
about
player
this-
of the match for me, in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One last sports thing, and then I just want to talk about the captaincy of the All Blacks.
Oh, yeah.
Can we not?
Oh, yeah, I saw you.
This pisses me off, bro.
Man, Sir-vere's real vocal about sporting stuff on social media, eh?
No, but I'm with Sir-vere.
Yeah.
Bro, Artie's the captain.
Yeah,
If you look at one person in that team
Who's
a
consistent.
leader, I mean, you can place that tag on anyone because the All Blacks, they've made that team, but he's the guy that you look to
Oh, yeah.
to make a difference. And he just inspires others just through his actions.
Yeah.
Did I hear that somebody told me he didn't want it. Have you ever heard that?
I don't know. I felt like I was a white mole spreading that rumor.
Oh, okay.
Just to calm everybody down. He definitely is, he is the captain.
He's possibly the best player on the planet.
He's won the award for it.
Yeah, I'm just saying right now, how can you... It screams of racism to me.
Yeah.
To be honest, I know it's going to be like, oh, here they go. But it's like this guy is the best player on the team.
He's the best player in the world.
Best player in Southern Hemisphere, best player in the world, and he's the vice captain? Are you serious? When Richie McCaw was the best player on the planet, did you make him the vice captain? No. You made him the captain. I've also heard, sorry to cut you off, but I've also heard that he's the regulator within the team too.
Well, because he's an all-round actual nice guy too, and then people respect him.
But he's also, you don't fuck with him either, correct?
No,
It's like Kevin Mialamu, I heard was the same. The nicest guy, but don't fuck with Kevin Mialamu when it comes to team culture, and just behaviour and stuff. Well, I don't know. I'm angry about it.
Have you ever heard that Jerry Collins story? This story cracks me up. It's like one of my favourite stories about Jerry Collins. Remember when Tane Randall was the All Black captain?
Oh my gosh.
I saw him the other day.
Who, Tane Randall?
Yeah.
What's he up to these days?
I know he was drunk, but anyway.
Okay. So when Tane Randall was the captain, debatably arguably the worst
Absolutely the worst.
era of the All Blacks.
Yes.
Apparently he made a call, Tane Randall made a call on the field, and Jerry turned to him and goes, fuck up. And just did what he wanted to do.
Hey, but Tane Randall was a great player for the Highlanders.
Yeah, just All Blacks.
He was a prodigy. Through high school, he was the man. Age grade, he was the man.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, he just wrong era for him.
Yeah.
I feel bad talking shit about these people, but it's like, this is the All Blacks.
Yeah.
It's the national team. You get judged. Sorry, you do.
Oh, no, 100%. You're representing the country.
That Artie Sir-vere, that's a fucking travesty in my book.
Yeah.
That's not good.
You're the captain in our eyes, Artie. If you subscribe and pay your $6.99 a month. Oh. All right. Moving forward. Wanted to, especially my return back to Mai. and I think Nate's been hit up about this a lot. There's been so many people trying to figure out like why we play the same songs every 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Which is not true, by the way. But anyway,
it's not. But like some people they feel like they hear the same song. Like King George, it only just finally moved off.
Motherfucker, I almost punched my car radio in.
An A rotate.
You know the funny thing about this conversation is you used to do this shit.
We all used to do it.
Hey, I didn't push the buttons, man.
You put the songs in. Don't lie.
When you're music director.
Yeah, look at him.
Yeah,
he's hiding. Look.
Hey,
but
man of the people.
But I think it would be real interesting coming from somebody who has programmed, one of New Zealand's best radio stations. Can you just explain to people that it's not the DJ's fault and how, or not the radio announcer's fault, but how this whole system works?
2018 Station of the Year, by the way, we did.
Yeah.
Should get a return to that stage soon.
We should.
Not with your current stuff.
Sorry.
We're both current staff.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
I thought you told me you're just milking this place.
Far out, man. This guy is pushing it. There's certain things I can and cannot say on this podcast.
Man, how many times I've had to bite my tongue too?
So here's the fact. When people say they hear the same song on Mai every 5 minutes, that's complete bullshit. They don't. They hear it maybe every 3 or 4 hours.
Actually, can we start by how many songs would Mai FM actively play in an active library? Like, do you know?
I don't know if I can say that.
Ah, yeah, good point.
Because that's like trade secrets.
Yeah.
Really?
But it's not...
Well, our rotates are... whether people like Mai or not, it is the biggest youth station in Tamaki where we sit right now. It's massive. So the majority of people love it. And then there's just a few people that get pissed off at certain things. I understand it. You're lucky you don't live in Los Angeles, because if you lived in Los Angeles on Power, they play the same song every hour.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy.
So they're A rotates. So look, loosely the way it works, you've got A rotates, which is the songs that everyone loves. I don't know why I'm talking to you guys. You've done this.
No, this is good to explain.
So there's A rotates.
Hasn't been on radio for a while. So.
Yeah, you've forgotten too.
Yeah.
Maybe all that you did like raised your memory or something.
Oh, hey.
So there's A rotates, which are the songs that everyone absolutely loves. There's the B songs, which are the songs that are on the come up and people like them. And then there's the new songs, which people may or may not like. We figure it out. Then there's the C rotates, just to confuse you, which are songs that you loved for ages and now you're kind of sick of it. King George. Yeah. So let's talk about King George for a second, shall we, Nate? So you hate it, but I can categorically tell you most people love it. So every week, sorry, want to say something?
I just want to interject here. The thing is, we've never questioned the methodology of how you acquire that data. So we use, not we, I no longer work here.
You really don't.
you guys use Music Lab, right?
Yeah. We do.
Which is a company where?
No, it's New Zealand based now.
It's New Zealand based.
It used to be Amsterdam.
Yeah. But the problem is how you acquire the data. You have to get people to sign in and do stuff in order to win a prize. So these people that are making decisions for your music want prizes. There are people who don't give a fuck about an iPhone because they got one. They don't give a fuck about the money because they're sweet. Sometimes those are the people you want to hear from because their music taste matters. The people that you get, oh my God. Oh my God.
No,
there's a reason why King George. And then the methodology itself has to be questioned.
There's a few extra layers that have happened over the last couple of years, though, that have added to Music Lab. Like, Music Lab is still the base, but there's extra layers now to that.
Yeah, okay. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
In a very opinionated way.
If you scrape from a barrel, you're going to get dirt.
Yeah, but you have to scrape from a very big barrel. Also, I get what you're saying, but this is kind of like the GOAT basketball chat where they go, he used to play against plumbers and part-time electricians. The fact of the matter is the results at the other end where Mai's popularity, because radio is a popularity contest, whether you like it or not, the station is doing incredibly well and has a huge listener audience. If there was a disconnect between testing our music and you're saying we're asking the wrong people, but the station is huge, that doesn't make no sense.
But it's huge based on sample size.
If we played the wrong music, no one would listen. That's a fact. If we played a whole bunch of shit music,
there's too many variables here.
That's why those music meetings take like 8 hours.
That's why we talk about it for 8 hours. Plus, I Oh, this one sounds so conceited. But I am the guy that's on the street.
There's a quote.
Oh, I'm going to shoot myself.
With the people.
I was walking into the music video like,
Thug life.
I'm with the people. I put my angry eye. Okay, no, let me explain. Let me explain.
Without Nate interjecting, explain it using the example of King George. It's over.
okay, tell me.
Yeah.
Well, you're a bit of a hater here, so you're like a Drake fan.
That's
and
why
I'm the Kendrick guy who's trying to reason with you. It doesn't make no
actually, we've got to
sense.
talk to you about that beef in a minute too.
So what I'm trying to say is, I'm with the people. No, what I'm saying is, I work in clubs every weekend, so I see what's going to work. Do you know what I mean? Like, if something is working, I come back here and go. A classic example is Lato. So she's got a new song out called Nani, which is really shit. But I've been playing it in clubs for about a month, and I'm like, yo, this actually people like this. And then TikTok plays a huge part of it as far as engagement for songs. I mean, $1 Million Baby wouldn't be a hit song if it wasn't for, I don't believe it was. If it wasn't for TikTok. I don't think so. Because TikTok managed to feed people that song. So that's probably the other bit about choosing songs.
Yeah, that's the layer.
That's the layer.
Yeah, they look at what's trending.
Unfortunate truth is that if it's really shit music and people are consuming it, they're going to want to hear it. I don't agree with that rationale. It is what it is, man. It's like playing DJing in a club. Like, you can't please everybody, but you try and please most people.
Did you test King George in the club?
It's not a club song, bro.
That's a Last Dance song, man, and Turn on the Lights.
It's, you know what's funny about King George is if we asked the same question about King George a year ago, everyone loved him.
Yeah.
And now everyone fucking hates him.
It's because I think that people feel like radio burns these tracks too quick.
It probably does.
Because we are playing it so often.
But also, if you're out there saying that we play the same songs every hour, that's categorically untrue. Because I don't do it. But Shani does such a great job of making sure you don't. So
I love Shani.
Yeah, she's great. She's currently our music director at Mai FM.
yeah, she's the one who puts the songs in the order that they come out. And there's no way that you go, I heard this song the same time yesterday. It's not true. It's bullshit. It's just in your head. If you listen for long periods of time to Mai, you might get fatigue. I get it.
Just say it. You're a dumb fuck.
I'm not going to, no.
No, but it's
I'm
those
not
people
saying
who
that.
drove to work and then, if we're blessed enough to be in somebody's workplace and they're playing and then you drive home back in your car and it's still on Mai FM, then you're obviously going to hear the same songs over and over and over again.
I get it and I understand it. It's just,
But it would be hard.
it's a
you
choice.
you listen to the radio unconsciously.
Oh, you get to listen to Nickson talk his shit too.
Oh, no. Like, when, sometimes you do.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So, you're not actually measuring how, but you just go by what you
Like
think.
passive.
Yeah.
I always heard as well, that it's not the intention, but we kind of need people to get sick of a certain song so then you can bring new songs in.
Correct.
Otherwise, you just turn into like an aerobics class playing whatever or just a Spotify on shuffle. You kind of need to go through the system in a cycle to get songs moving out. So then when King George finally people do get sick of it and we move it off, you can bring another song up.
When we were doing the show together, when Nickson wouldn't be there, he had to go away or something.
You used to change the songs all the time.
Was
Still
that a big
do it.
issue?
Yes.
Because it screws up that pattern of rotate.
Because remember, I just said Shani's like, play it here so it doesn't play in the same spot.
Yeah.
He would come, you knew this.
Yeah.
He'd come in and change all the songs and then like theme a half hour.
But did you die?
Is it the end of the world?
Brother, love at 8 a.m.
Bro.
I caused some drama yesterday because I was massaging my own little playlist and our producer got in a lot of trouble for that.
Really?
I didn't get in trouble, but our producer did.
Here's the difference is that when you make changes now, red flags go off in
Yeah.
the building.
Yeah.
So you were
Really?
just in there fiddling around with stuff. Back now, if you switch a song, there's like emails
All these
getting
alerts.
sent out. Yeah.
Hey.
You'd be fucked.
Ozzy.
We were just talking about rap beef before, and I
Aye.
know this whole Kendrick and Drake thing has kind of calmed down a bit now. But Nate, what was your question about this?
I want to know why it's been brewing so long, this discontentment and anger towards Drake when just maybe a few months before they were doing features with each other.
I'm going to be vulnerable.
Who was doing features with it? Everyone.
Everyone.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be vulnerable and tell you, like,
And then they all come together just to pack attack Drake.
I should know this, but I don't.
Nah,
I don't understand the whole origin of it either.
There's heaps of like isms around this thing. So you know when you go down a YouTube hole and you just go and go, bro, it was 5 a.m. and I was still watching Kendrick videos. So I feel like I've seen all the info. This shit all started back with the J Electronica track. Remember when he called everybody out? That's where it started. But the real beef started at the BET Cypher 2013. That's where it started.
Oh, yeah.
When Kendrick took a shot at Drake in that freestyle when he goes, tuck the sensitive rapper in his pajamas, and then he goes, ha ha, joke's on you, and high five Schoolboy Q. That's the moment. So that's 2013. Kendrick's been sitting on this shit for 11 years, waiting.
So Kendrick started it.
Yeah, but Kendrick, I think Drake's just
started it and ended it, kind of.
This is the bottom line. Drake's a pussy, is what it is. And Drake just couldn't take that line in that song, that J Electronica song, and then Control. Yeah. You played that on the radio. So this song is not appropriate for radio. Speaking of rotates, and I remember it came out, you played it on the radio.
Well, people wanted to know what it was. So
Fair enough. But then you played it again, and I was like, why is he not answering my phone?
Not the themed half hour.
So then it just brewed, and then Kendrick is not the guy, I don't believe. See, the problem, if anyone watches this, they're like, oh, he's a Kendrick fan. The fact of the matter is Drake lost this horribly. He miscalculated his steps. Kendrick has been like literally designing his war plan for 11 years, I reckon.
Wow.
Some of this shit's been kicking around for ages. In fact, I can tell you how I know is because when he made the Heart Part 4, which preceded the Damn album, I think, and he goes, don't tell the lie on me, don't tell the truth about you. He repeated that line in Euphoria, the big diss song.
Yeah.
So that means that song there's about Drake, that is 8 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Oh, is it 6 years ago? How long ago? When did you go to jail?
I love that that's the reference point now. That's the reference point.
Sorry, bro.
Oh, fuck Drake.
I'm sorry. But basically, like, he's been sitting on it.
If you were Drake, would you have just ignored it and just gone, nah, and so without fueling it? Because I feel like he replied, then Kendrick came back, and Kendrick, like you said, has had so much time to sit on it and think about it that he already had all these lyrics ready to go.
It was all fun and games till the streets got involved.
Yeah, and then people were getting shot at.
No, like even with the game, he tried to come at Rick Ross just so he could get a part of the beef.
Yeah.
And then the LA gangs reached out to Game and said, hey, sit down.
Yeah.
And then Game released a video going, I just want to be a father. So do you know what I mean? So like all these guys, different criminal outfits are getting involved now saying, okay, well, who's the guy you want got?
But if in hindsight, if you were Drake, would you have set that one out?
Yes.
Nah, no way.
Absolutely.
No way.
Because you knew you were never going to win.
No way. All these guys are egotistical. You think they're going to sit back?
He walked away from the Pusha T beef.
No,
he should have done the same thing.
He didn't walk away. He lost that.
But he lost this as well.
Exactly. But at least he attempted it.
Yeah, I guess I think that Kendrick was going, I know he's going to reply.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like his war plan was like, he's going to reply, and I've got this one, and I probably made this one 4 years ago, and I had the framework for this song and the beat 5 years ago, and I got this one recently. He had it all planned out, bro. There's every move he made, Kendrick was sitting there waiting, going, gotcha.
Funny though, New Zealand rappers there just do the fight for life.
Yeah, true. Get it over with.
And what, not get paid after?
Have you been sorted?
Nah, I'll be sorted. No.
Oh, yeah.
No, just
fight for life. Far out. You both did that, eh?
No, I did Monty's one.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was Steps for Life.
That's right. Well, do you know the funny thing about Mai FM and Fight for Life is that everyone that's currently on station lost their fight. Like no one on station won because Lily's left and Kaylee's
Lily.
left.
Oh, didn't you? Oh, you
got a draw.
Well, against who?
Oh, you got a draw. Yeah.
I can't remember the Uso's name. Good guy.
Yeah, I can't remember either. Lamont?
Kurt.
Oh, Kurt. Yeah.
I just remember watching you do that, and I was like, I'm never going to do that.
Oh, no, it's a scary place, man, being in a Fight for Life ring. That's I think,
you fought Bryce Casey.
Bryce Casey, yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's not for me. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I feel like if it went one more round, I would have done it, but like I got stage fright.
So what you're saying is you want us to organize a fight with Bryce, but make it 5 rounds?
I don't think there's anyone in New Zealand radio that could beat me now.
Holy shit! Are you serious?
Yeah.
Hang on. What about? Oh, far. What about what's the guy from The Rock? Drive?
Jay Reeve.
Jay Reeve.
What about Jay Reeve?
Nah, I got him.
Oh shit!
He's not agile anymore. I've been watching people around the office, and I'm like,
He's
I
pretty.
got you.
He's pretty athletic though.
He is, but he can't turn fast anymore. I think he did his hips when he was surfing.
Someone's been
What
planning
about
this for
Dish?
years.
Dish is like 6'5".
It's too slow, eh?
Too slow. Yeah,
Hey.
he'll fatigue real quick.
Yeah, he'll be. Oh,
Yeah. Not him agreeing with me.
I was gonna. No.
I don't know if that's factually true or anything.
What,
but
Randy?
I could fight Randy. He's easy money.
He's fast though.
No, but I'm just like, I need to have that sort of confidence for myself
Yeah.
to know that I'm okay.
No, because you can go, man. You can go.
Yeah.
Hey, what about Charlie?
For me,
Yeah.
nah, I could give him a hiding.
Oh my!
I'm joking, man. Nah, he's probably the only one. He's probably my only challenger. Everyone else,
Mike Hoskins, you touch him, you get arrested straight away.
yeah, I know.
Even though I'm not on radio, man, me and him should have a go. Yeah.
If he was on radio, you'd be in trouble.
Yeah.
Nah. I got health problems.
I do remember your heavy breathing in that fight.
Oh, hey, man.
The other day,
Bro, how the fuck am I supposed to breathe in boxing?
That's why I see when I watch you box, I'm like, I'm never doing that. I can't do it.
the other day, Nate reminded me of this time that you would remember this. Remember when he nearly died drinking all those energy drinks?
Not Red Bull, something
It
else.
was that Playboy energy drink.
Playboy energy.
Yeah.
And you drank heaps of them because there was a fridge in the studio.
Studio.
Like,
Hard out. And it somehow had a key, but Nate figured out how to open it. So
didn't you drink like 6 of them?
I don't know. I just remember being on a drip.
Actually, you end up in hospital, eh?
yeah, that's right.
Oh, shit. Not
yeah.
good.
Oh man. But yeah, no. I've always wanted to understand that Drake and Kendrick beef. I didn't know who started it. I didn't know where the origin story was.
Here's the truth, man. Fucking rappers and DJs are bitches. Not you, though.
No. He's been consistent with his energy since the day I met him.
Fucking late for that.
No, because...
DJs are bitches. Oh, except for you, bro. You're all good.
No, do you know what? Because even like New Zealand, right? The New Zealand landscape, guys are always fucking doing subliminals on their socials. And you know who they're talking about. But when they have these functions, they're all taking photos with each other. I'm like, bro, I can't do that.
Yeah.
If you don't like someone, tell them.
Isn't that normal human behavior, though? Not just DJs? Or,
No, but when you're coming out going, yeah, I'm fucking from the street. I was like, brother, I didn't see you out there.
Yeah. What's
True story.
actually this is a question I've always wanted to know about DJing and the environment is how many DJs are active in like what in your realm, like as in like actually got residencies and clubs or getting booked? Like, is there like a small circle in New Zealand? Or like is it the same people you see all the time? Because I feel like it's
How big's your monopoly?
no, because you know if you walk into a shop now, anyone or even online, everyone wants to be a DJ now, and everyone's got a DJ mixer. But how many people? Like, does it annoy you when you see all these people wanting to be DJs, but the circle's so small where you're like, man, this is not you in particular, but this industry is gatekept. Gatekept. Not gatekept.
Well, you'll put your own.
Excuse me.
See what happens when I'm in a room with you guys?
So two things. I think that it's good that there's people trying to DJ all the time. The more the better.
Yeah.
What I think is happening is that at the lower level, at the entry level,
Stick with it, man.
at the stop.
The lower level.
At the entry level, it's therefore very competitive.
Yeah.
So it's harder to cut through. At the
to the next
because,
realm.
So it's like if you're a guitar player and you're trying to get into a band, and back in the day, there's heaps of guitar players. Right now, there's heaps of DJs. So being in that second step up, the first step up is hard because there's all these people already doing it. Then you go to another level of people who are a good DJs, been doing it for a while and have residencies like, I'm not going to name anyone, but you know there might be someone who plays at a club every week, and that's their auxiliary income to their life.
Yeah.
And they've got a day job. So there's that level. And then there's another step up, which is someone that does a bit of that, but then goes around the venues and getting hired, like Papa Jacks. She's a good example.
Yeah.
So she's got her own residence. She's got a couple of places that she DJs at regularly, and then she's like doing her own pop-up gigs, and that's that next level.
Yeah.
So if you can consider you're a kid buying a DJ controller, rising through the ranks is hard. It's hard. But then there's like a lot of people at like step 3 trying to get to the next level. What? Sorry, you're going to ask me something?
No.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, it makes
It's just
sense.
one of those things where you can't just rely solely on your talent. and your musical knowledge, because a lot of these people that are cutting through, I don't want to say it's a gimmick, but they've got something that supplements their talent. Do you know what I mean?
If you haven't been in the game for ages and you're cutting through now, I feel like you're right.
You're walking around the. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
What has changed from when I started is it's more performative now.
Yeah.
It's way more performative. So I've often been told I look grumpy when I do it.
By Minnie. Oh, did you hear that story that's happened in the UK? DJ Press Play?
No?
He's got a paywave system with him now. So if you are on the dance floor and you want to hear a song...
Oh, no, you can. That's in New Zealand as well.
Oh, you got to pay for it now.
This guy holding up his phone.
No, I haven't got it, but I know it
put your
exists.
request here.
And if he's got like a different price list tier of like if the song's already played in the night,
Oh,
then
really?
it's double the price.
I do know that system exists in Aotearoa, but I don't use it. One thing I will say about this is that on the way up, I believe that that DJs are being way too performative. Like in order to separate themselves. So for instance, Gareth.
Yeah.
I believe Gareth is just a fucking good DJ.
Yeah, he's the man.
He's a good fucking DJ.
Doesn't he go by Gat now?
Yeah. Gat, sorry.
Gat,
But people trying to get to, say, the next level, they just be performative.
Oh,
Instead of being like, just
actually,
do
he's
both.
actually a good DJ.
Do both, man. Like, you don't have to, Papa Jack's to me is like the prototypical, that's what you should be doing. Because she's actually good.
Yeah.
And she's a bit extra, which makes her into 2024, you kind of have to be a bit extra.
That's your USP.
Hey, tell me about DJ K Swiss.
Guy's a fucking legend.
Yeah.
Does it translate to club, or is that
It's starting to, yeah. So I always thought that the battle DJ, in fact, I know it for a fact, the battle DJ never really transferred to the club because they did it the other way around. It's like they learned all the tricks first but forgot about to be a good club DJ, there's certain things you got to know. You'd know it because it's in your head from programming the radio. Oh, yeah, don't play that song. Oh, that song suits with that song. A lot of battle DJs go straight to the battle, and when they're put into a DJ situation, it's fucking disaster.
Nah, it's because they got itchy hands, man. They want to start mixing everything when people just want to hear their song, not like bow, 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 bow all the time.
Yeah, it's true. True to a certain extent. And I think Caleb he's going to become, the greatest DJ in New Zealand ever.
Well, yeah, because
Ever.
K-Swiss, he is like the current DMC champ or something,
Yes, yes, he is. And
Yeah.
I think because he's won back-to-backs and because of how good he is, but what happened was he transferred his skills to online, so he's live on TikTok all the time.
I was actually going to bring that up, hey,
Yeah.
man.
And his TikTok lives are look, he is fucking amazing. End of story. Stop.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm an observation guy.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I learned
And
that
what-
from Nate.
Oh, yeah. And what?
And I just, I don't know if there's like any like reasoning for this, but his dad, who's also a DJ Reminisce,
Hey, that's my guy.
will go online at the same time as his son.
No, it's intentional.
Oh,
They
is
do it on
intentional?
purpose.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, because I'm like, let your son have his turn, man. Far out.
No, so
Love Reminisce, by the way.
Jacob is the number one international streaming DJ, and he's won it 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jacob is between the two of them. It's out of control.
He's always been ahead of the curve, Reminisce.
Man, Reminisce is a fucking legend.
Yeah.
There was a time where
He owned old school for a very long time.
and like he's just in the space now. He can't be touched at all.
Yeah.
Like him and I have had our back and forth. Like everyone's had their fucking back and forth or whatever, and being competitive. But you can't touch Reminisce now. He's on another fucking level. Plus, they make it open your earnings on Twitch. He's fucking killing it.
Oh, like what? What do you reckon?
Oh, no, because
No,
he did
they
the same.
publish the money. It's like, and 2 years ago it was like $80,000.
Yeah, see, he's done all right.
Off Twitch.
Yes.
Remember Reminisce had the biggest New Zealand Facebook page for ages? Do you
Oh,
remember
shit.
that?
They shut it down, eh?
Yeah, I think they shut it down.
Yeah, but he got that by the hard work that he did.
Yeah.
And now he's been streaming for fucking 4 years.
That actually
every
makes
day.
me real angry. I used to work with DJ Reminisce. We need to get him on the show. We should
Yeah,
talk to him,
yeah,
mate.
Oh,
'cause he's-
everyone just talk about him taking the Hummer, eh?
yeah, so he used to be the Hummer driver at Flavor, right? And then I was doing night show, but also part of my job is that I had to go out on promos as well. Anyway, he's like, he dropped me home one night in the Hummer. And I said, oh, can I just stop and, should we get something to eat? And he's like, yeah, I'll take you to Wendy's. So we went to Wendy's in Te Atu South with the Hummer. drove through,
Oh,
and
it didn't fit.
No, he orders all his food, and he's like, "What do you want?" And I gave him my order as well. And then when we got to the pay window thing, he's like, "You got this, eh?" And then he made me pay for it. Now I know he's making $80,000 US.
This is a while ago, though.
Yeah, I know, but still, that guy was driving around in a Ford Explorer.
Hey man, we've talked a lot on the show about healing.
Yeah, this guy carries beef with him.
That's a 20-year-old story there, man.
I know, man, but making me pay for his damn food.
You're like Kendrick, man.
Well, sorry for bringing it up, okay?
I remember that time.
Man, you can't have spinning rims and then not pay for your own Wendy's.
Yeah, that does seem a bit sus, but maybe you can have a chat with him.
Oh, we'll
about
have
it.
a chat. We'll reach out to him.
Just to go back to the music, you didn't really want to give up the amount of songs that you have in the system, trade secrets and all. It's not a secret between radio stations in the same network, but the playlist is kind of similar to what they have at Flavor, right?
Our one now?
Yeah.
No?
I mean, sorry, the number of songs. No?
I don't know.
Nah, I wouldn't.
Actually,
assume.
you know what? I would say absolutely not, eh?
No.
Why do you say that?
Because we're constantly adding new music as well.
What is the point of Flavor, by the way? Like, no disrespect, but like,
It's a disrespectful question.
is it?
No, but
Because you're asking me to answer.
what I
that,
will
can't
say, because I spent some time there, and
Yeah.
obviously that was my
Did you?
first.
Nah.
No, he used to come in while I was doing the show and
And
bring
then-
me Chinese.
And then I got told not to come back. Yeah. Like, fuck you.
It's like New FM for me, Flavor. Like I'll always have respect for it because that was my first commercial radio gig.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I met you.
No, I don't mean it in a disrespectful way, but in the scheme of as far as radio economics.
Nah, economics. Oh no, no one would know unless only them. But my thing is the current, because Flavor never started as old school. You know how it was.
Yeah.
It was just a new hip hop and R&B station that played no ads or very, very limited amount of ads. But the current format now, that was my idea.
Yeah, that was.
That was my.
I was there at the birth of that idea.
Yeah, the Brown
old
Breeze.
school station.
The Brown Breeze.
Oh, you mean when Flavor started?
No. Back when it went to old school.
Oh, but that was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, but I came up with that idea 10 years ago. I was like, man, we need a Brown Breeze. Do you know why I say that? Here's my theory behind it. Every station in New Zealand has a succession plan. Every station. So let's use like Edge, for example, right? You listen to the Edge, you get too old for it, you go to More FM.
Yeah.
And then you go More FM, then you go to the Breeze.
Yeah.
Right? And then Breeze, then you go to Magical Sound. And then same with NZME, you got ZM, then you go to Hits. And then when you get too old for Hits, you go to Coast. And then Coast, right? So it's got a plan.
Same with Rock.
Yeah, same with the Rock, right? You go to Hodaki or you go to Gold after that, and then you got the Sound. Where Mai FM and Flavor, there's no succession plan. When you get too old, you're like, where do I go? And so most people that get too old, especially like, people, Māori and Pacific Islanders would naturally, because they play more soul, would go to the Breeze.
Yes, correct.
But that's not really home for them. And
Which is why they stay, and which is why they're always arguing in the comments. Like, you shouldn't be no, because they're older.
Yeah.
They don't realize that they're getting older, so they don't really fuck with the content that's going on. They're like, hey, why are you talking about that? It's like, bro, you're 40. Move along.
Yeah.
Move along, people.
But I got nowhere to go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then shut the fuck up and just listen to the music.
So that's why I always said, and I remember saying it ages ago, like over a decade ago, I was like, why is there no Brown Breeze where we play the Whitneys, the Mariahs, the Wu-Tang, like
Luthers.
the Luthers, and have some real good soul
And then
elements
give me the
to
breakfast shop.
I mean, that name would never fly. You can't really call a radio station the Brown Breeze, but you know what I mean? Like it was that theory of where does Mai FM listeners go when they can't connect anymore?
Hey, man, you got push.
Yeah, man. Do me a solid, man. No, I mean, it's already been done.
Where?
I mean, Flavor won't
No,
admit
no,
that I
that's
came
not-
up with
no,
that
no,
idea. I
that
mean, it's not
Flavor-
a new idea, but
That's not old school to me.
yeah, no, it's
know
not.
what I
No,
mean?
that's why.
Yeah.
That's why I said, like, if
And
you go down the soul
I'd like to
R&B
say something,
route,
but I
No, but I don't
I
wanna
don't
be-
want to say anything.
I don't want to be disrespectful, and that wasn't the point of my question before. What I wanted to talk about was they're not resourced well,
no.
right?
But how do you know that?
Oh, fuck, I know. I mean, and I'll probably get more disrespectful if I told you why. But I wanted to know the reason for them being around. Was it just to disrupt Mai?
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, that's like every radio station in New Zealand has a counter. Edge, ZM, more hits, and then I think Mai was like flying.
Yes.
You know.
So my came in so so huge
Yeah.
that they were like, we have to have something.
Because I think when Flavour was first conceived, Robbie was on breakfast on must have been.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And then they were like, we need to do something. Because I think Mai FM outrated News Talk ZB at one point, and then they were like, oh.
Yeah.
Back in your cave. So then they created Flavour to push Mai FM down.
And there
'Cause
was
even if it takes 2% off the survey ratings, 2 points off the survey ratings for Mai. Sorry, this is boring chat if you don't understand radio, but even if you just take a little bit, that's still a little bit away from overtaking ZB.
Yeah, it's true.
They don't need it to win.
Because what's the
I wish they could, they would have the elements and the resource to win. Because it's such a good.
I mean, we know people over there, so
Yeah,
we know
hard
it's
out.
not well resourced. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, but my, we could have the same argument about Mai FM back in the day too.
Well, the other thing to consider is that when we started working together, Mai and Flavour were equal.
Yeah, that's right.
Actually dead equal, 6 share. We were equal. And then we sort of took off again. But you're right, it's a resource. It's like we kind of got our shit together.
Yeah.
I think that the reason there is no Brown Breeze is because that Flavour aren't doing it properly. That's what I think.
Well, no, and
Because it's an old school hip hop and R&B station.
but I
correct?
reckon that is. I mean, we would never know the answer to this, but I actually think there's some maths to that, because if they did create a Brown Breeze out of it, that would hurt one of their other stations.
Oh yeah.
You know?
You know what? I don't give a fuck. to
It's
be
like
honest.
that's why like Mai FM, the company that owns Mai FM, would never do it, because it would attack Mai and one of their other stations, because people would leave the breeze.
Do people care about this fucking chat?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I don't know, because I feel real. For some reason, I feel awkward in
Now, you
this
feel
chat.
awkward because we're on the
I-
payroll, but we're all saying it
yeah, that's
respectfully.
right. But is that why? Okay.
I also think you underestimate people and their knowledge of things. You know what I mean? Like, everyone likes to know the workings of something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So now they've got a little insight into why, this can't happen, why this hasn't happened.
Obviously, and a lot of that was just
Yeah.
speculation of us just like thinking it out loud.
yeah, okay.
Like nothing. I don't think anyone's going to catch feels off that. That's just the reality of it. I just feel, you know what? I feel sorry that there's nowhere that people can grow up to that listen to Mai.
I think that the Breeze is a good place. Currently, because Robbie's there too. He lends that.
Yeah.
There's something about how his persona that feels pretty safe there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to take his job one day? Eh?
One day. But man, trying to regain my youth, waking up in the morning, doing the My Morning Crew again.
What time are you getting up?
3:15.
Far
Because
out.
I will text this guy at 9 and he won't reply. I'm like, fuck, this guy can't be asleep at 9.
No, I go to bed at 11.
Oh, so you just don't reply to my text?
No, because as soon as I get home, my phone is on Do Not Disturb. So I just always turn it like all on silent.
Let's be real about this. He's not good at communication.
I'm terrible.
You're fucking terrible, bro.
No, you know, I've told you guys my theory about my telephone. I bought it for my convenience. I didn't call it. I didn't buy it so that people can call me. I bought it so I can call other people.
You're a real Mick asshole.
I've always been like that.
It's true. I get it. I get it.
It's like, because imagine how yuck that is. That's an ick. It's like, I bought a phone, guys, call me. Yuck. No, so I go to bed at 11, wake up at 3:15, and then it takes me about an hour to get to work anyway. It's about 45 minutes to drive to work.
Yeah.
And then I'm here super early.
That's a crazy lifestyle, eh? I've never personally understood it. Worked in this industry for years.
Yeah.
Like being a breakfast host, I don't know how you used to do it. Well, you did. I'm not.
This guy tempted.
I'm talking about everyone else except for you.
Yeah.
But
You were so good until 2017.
Fuck. I think I struggled the whole time. Like, it was a struggle for me. Like, I'm not a morning person.
neither. I don't know how you did it.
No.
Nah, mornings are a vibe to me. Working afternoons was so hard. That was the hardest.
Oh, man. I had it so good when the drive show.
Yes, you did.
I had it so good, man. We had some. Oh,
No, I spent 2 years doing
Yes,
an
you did.
afternoon show, and man, like having to be, because I wake up super early in the morning, and then you have to cram everything in before you have to get to work, and they wanted us in at 12 o'clock,
yeah.
which, like that's 3 hours before the show starts. So I had to cram everything in before 12, and then I wouldn't get out of there until 7 o'clock, then trying to get everything done on the back end of the day. Like it was too disjointed.
But you struggle because your brain's going 100 miles an hour all the time anyway. Correct or not correct?
Yeah.
So it's hard for you to just turn off.
I can't turn off. I'm an active relaxer.
Oh, okay.
I told Nate that yesterday.
You used to like doing drive because we used to fuck around all the time. That's why.
No, in theory, it actually makes sense because you can stay up late. Like, like with Wednesday State of Origin.
Yeah.
You can stay up late and then you wouldn't have to wake up super early the next morning.
I was so grateful I got to see State of Origin before I wasn't allowed to go back to Oz. Honestly, that was like, hey, thank you, man. Thanks for making that happen. The only stink part about that was, remember when the cops were chasing us?
Yes, you nearly got arrested. Yes, I did. I do remember that. Isn't it funny how every story that we recall about Nate always involves the cops chasing us? I got arrested.
No, you know what? We had these 2 Palangi guys that won the competition.
Yes, you did.
For us to go to Brisbane to watch the game.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I said, oh, yeah, man, I know a couple of guys, so we'll go out with them. And then we got picked up, went with the two listeners that won the competition. We're inside this club, and these guys are looking after us. And then all I see out the corner of my eye is this big rumble. Like, oh, damn. Oh, damn. Those are the 2 listeners from New Zealand. I was telling them, hey, those are our guys. They can't get beat up.
Oh, man.
So we went and grabbed the guys out.
Yeah.
And then when I pulled one of the listeners, he hooked this guy that was just there. And I was like, oh, nah, because they will get stopped and we won't be able to fly home. And I said, bro, you got to get us out of here. And then we gapped it.
So all of you?
Nah, a couple of guys told us take the car. We gapped it, got to the airport. We said, we're just staying here. We're not going back to the hotel. We're just going to fly home, all right?
Oh, yeah, fair enough, yeah.
You know, this is the first time a story's been told publicly, because we definitely didn't tell management about it.
And since then, no overseas trips.
The valley, eh?
Can you even leave the country? No.
Yeah, no.
Come on, man.
You can go to India, Turkey.
No, there's nothing wrong. Why did you laugh?
I don't know. I'm just asking a question.
I figured out it was India, Turkey, Samoa, obviously.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, you can't go to Samoa.
No, it's because it's a Commonwealth country, right?
Yeah, no, you can though because he's Samoan.
Oh, because he goes in a boat.
Yeah, no. Navigate me by the stars.
Anyway, I think that's the show for today.
It's good to have you back, Sir-vere.
Hey, thank you. Man. Kia ora.
Not the boat.